news report in England where scientists are getting desperate to make biofuels, and they're seeming to think that we're going to be able to make fuel from algae, which of course you can. What they're going to do is they're going to grow algae. Well, it's naturally occurring on all ponds, and you can call it pond scum on the lakes and reservoirs. It's all green shit, and we're starting to chuck hay into the reservoirs and what have you to clean the algae in the summer. So I suppose they're thinking, well, let's scrape all that algae off and make biofuel out of it, because anything that's a bio, you can make fuel out of it. So why don't we take the crap out of the toilets? When we flush the chain, you've got that big lump of turd, right, in the waste pipe, or in the waste pipe. Why don't we take all that crap, stick it in a great big vat, and then use the methane, and then use biomethane? We've got biomethane, and stick that into the gas system, and use that for natural gas instead of buying it from Russia. We can have proper natural gas. It's a fluctuant video. English people love farts and burps. So why don't we have burp bags? Yeah, there's a bag where you grab over the bag and you put the bag on your mouth and you go into the bag, and then you put a ripcord around it and hand your burp bag in. There's my burp bag. I've done my bit for society and recycle burps. And then why don't we get a special force of horse manure collectors and dog crap collectors and cow pat collectors, and stick that in the sealed vat for collecting methane gas? Well, why not? Yeah, you're going to use algae. They just call it algae biofuel today. This is their new scheme to save the planet. Algae biofuel. And then you've got, in America, you've got what we were watching. You've got a Tesla electric car, which does 100 miles per charge, takes 10 minutes to charge, does 130 miles an hour, and 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. That sounds pretty good. Australian plans for an electric vehicle network. That was amazing. Someone in, where was it? Someone in France is measuring vibrations from distant celestial bodies. Well, the vibration from distant stars for the first time have been measured by some French fools in a science laboratory. This could explain. Pardon me. This could explain. Oh, I should have saved that bit. We could use that for biofuel. This could explain natural climate changes, oscillations in the climate, blah blah blah, results of nuclear fusion which shapes the stellar interior. Whoa, it's a bit like my fragment flipping, to be honest with you. These French blokes are obviously on a par with me. Then I've got another thing I was reading today, which is Brazil hopes to launch a satellite rocket in 2011. Yes, I'm just having some fun today. And then I switch on the news and we see some stupid stuff from England where we've got a scientist who's shaking in his boots because he's on television. Oh no, I'm on TV! Talking about algae biofuel. Well, if you can make biofuel out of wheat, straw, corn, leaves, anything that's bio, you can make fuel out of. And they've suddenly figured out that algae is bio, so we can make fuel out of algae. It's algae fuel, algae fuel. I'm going to make some algae fuel. There's some methane. Let's see if I can do a trunk for you. We have a trunk bag. You put the bag over your bum and do a trump in it. There's some methane for you. Now we can compress that. Compressed natural methane straight from the human ass. Imagine the advert, can't you? Compressed natural methane straight from the human ass. Recycled hops from barley, or some other crap. You know what I mean? why aren't we doing it? Because it's clearly possible. Why are we pumping crap out of the ground instead of putting infrastructure in to capture natural methane? Hey? Why are we doing that? Are we insane? We must be completely insane. We trump and flirt and fucking everything all day, and all those gases that come out of us are ignitable. And we're just wasting it. You know the methane that comes out your arse when you've drank too much the night before and then had too much to eat with it, and you go all night and your bedroom's smelling, you're having a good laugh about it. That's all flammable, and it could be cooking your dinner. So what we want to do is have some kind of, you know when you're going to like for colonic irrigation? Maybe instead of going onto a toilet, there ought to be some kind of, you ought to carry a device around that you stick up your arse, and then you go for a trump up the wall, and it collects in a gas, what's we call it, a gas collector. We're mad, aren't we, as English people, with trumpet-like devices. So, yeah, you can imagine it. So you can have it so you can trump into the wall and fill up the gas cylinder to get the natural gas, like. But the English people will use it as a weapon against each other, so they can artificially louden their trumps. This is how ridiculously stupid we are in our country. I've just thought of a methane collecting device, but then I've thought of the consequences of making the methane collecting device, because the cretins, moron, idiots in England will use it as a fart amplifier. I've got a fart amplifier, and then there'll be a fart collector, right, and exactly the same thing, but they'll relabel it as a fart amplifier and use it on Christmas days. Just like a whoopee cushion, it'll be a fart amplifier. I've got a fart amplifier. It amplifies the sound and you still get the same sweet smell. Fart amplification, UK style. Blingin'. You just gotta love that, ain't ya? What else should we think of? What else can we make biofuel out of? Yeah, dog turds, cat turds. We'll train cats not to bury their shit, although I don't think they do anyway. Guinea pig poo, rabbit poo, sheep poo, chicken poo, guado, bat poo, that's even more pungent. And we'll get all the poos from all the animals and we'll squash it down, squish it, we'll squish it down, and then we'll biomass it, we'll biomass it, yeah, we'll do the mushy biomass, and then we'll smell it from miles away like we do when we spread shit on farmers' fields during the summer. It smells putrid. Bit like the skunk that the Israelis are squirting onto the Palestinian terrorists. Ah, take some skunk! Ah, skunk! Ah. We'll take that skunk and use it as biomass. Why don't we have a collector? Why don't we get the Palestinians to carry around skunk collectors, so when they get sprayed by the skunk, they can collect it and take it home with them and put it into the biomass collector and then make biofuel. Squash it down, and it ferments a bit of biofuel and then sell it back to the Israelis as biofuel. You sprayed us with skunk, we're selling skunk back to you. Skunk on skunk. Anyway, that was a outburst. I'm sure there were some ideas there for you to munch on over your dinner.